Happy Friday. Hope you all have had a good week. Wanted to go live today with my 5 on Friday, and hopefully something I say will be an encouragement to you. Anyways, it's been another very difficult week, but the weather is amazing. It feels like summer. Today's the first day of spring. Happy spring, everyone. But it feels like summer. It's like we just kind of skipped winter and spring. I never thought I would say this or not say this, but it's too hot. If you can believe it. It's like 87 degrees today in March 20th. It's the craziest thing ever. I mean, I definitely like it over snow, but it's too hot. It's like, I really don't want to turn my air conditioner on. I need the furnace filter changed, and my husband is being a pain in my butt and dragging it out. But anyways, so I'm kind of sweltering right now at night. Takes a while to cool the house off. The tulips are still alive. I know they need water. Should probably water them. Anyways, let me know how the weather is where you guys are. It's supposed to stay this nice through the end of next week, I think, which is amazing but crazy at the same time. So anyways, moving on, I guess, well, kind of still with number one here. Like I said, it has been a very difficult week, especially with my mom, but also with just crazy things happening around here. I thought the sink was broken. Thankfully, that was an easy fix. Something was loose. My husband fixed it last night, the faucet. So I'd been trying to mop up water from the leak. And then we have ants in the kitchen, trying to get rid of them, which has been crazy. Let me know if anybody has any natural recommendations for getting rid of ants. We tried cinnamon, but boy, that was a mess. I know we need to recaulk this one area, and he tried to recaulk it, but he obviously didn't do a very good job, so to do it again. Anyways, I'm using duct tape at the moment. So yeah, it's been crazy around here. Anyways, moving on, before I get to the real problems, to something something, I don't know, I don't even have words right now. Something funner, I guess. Current events. I wouldn't say they're really funner, but more interesting. I don't know if anybody's watching The Bachelorette or not, but or watched it. I'm a big Bachelorette person. And, of course, all the news this week with Taylor, Frankie, can't remember her last name. That whole controversy. Let me know your thoughts on that. I don't even know why they picked that girl to begin with. It's crazy to me. And then I'm watching American Idol. I'm a diehard fan. Been watching since the beginning, and my favorite is Kendall. Let me know who you guys like. And of course, unfortunately, the Nancy Guthrie case is still stalled. Still nothing really to say there. And then, just the horribleness of the war that's continuing to go on. Just things continuing to be blown up, and really no progress with peace, which is what we're all trying to get, especially for the people in Iran, which should be the focus anyways. And, I do tutoring for Isreal Connect, and one of my student is actually in Israel, and was talking to her yesterday, and my heart goes out to her. I mean, having to, run to the bomb shelter all the time and stuff is just crazy. So say a prayer for her and her family and everyone over there, that we can find peace. That would be wonderful. Peace in this world. Just pray for world peace. And then number 3 is, my main issue is my mom. I know I've been putting posts on Facebook, daily updates there if you want to follow. But anyways, it's been a freaking crazy week. It started out with the 4-year anniversary of my sister's death on Monday. So, didn't really have a lot of time to just focus on that. So here I am grieving that loss, and at the same time, worried about my mother and losing her. So I went from the cemetery, which we had a short visit, to the hospital. But, she was doing better Friday, Saturday, Sunday-ish, Monday. I had a great visit with her last Friday, the best visit I've had in a very long time. And I posted that. It was just something I'm going to have a memory of forever, thankfully. She was actually so much better than she ever was in that facility, especially the last 4 months. But then she took another turn, and she does have pneumonia, which is what I was trying to tell them from the beginning, which is why I took her to the hospital, that I thought she had pneumonia. And I don't know why it took this long to actually diagnose it and get her on an antibiotic. So I don't know. Just say a prayer that she can recover from this and get back to some sort of baseline. I just don't know. The visit last night was terrible. It wasn't good at all. And I didn't call for an update this morning, and I told her she's the same. So I'm going up later again. So anyways, that's crazy. I mean, that's horrible. It's not good for sure. And then I went and looked up new places on Monday as well. I mean, that day was insane. Looked at 3 places, 2 of which I would not choose at all. One especially, I mean, it was a horror. It was a complete horror nightmare. I don't even know how this place is allowed to even be in business. Don't know why they even sent me there. I'm still having nightmares about it. Just even thinking about it, it was awful. But I thought I had found a place, but unfortunately they were giving me issues with the spin down from the sale of my parents' house, which makes no sense because she already has Medicaid. She had it for 2 years. So they sent me on a wild goose chase trying to find documentation to prove how I spent every penny of that money, which was on her care, which I spent not 1 penny on anything else. So anyways, I did finally get that information and got it to them over there, but I haven't heard anything. So who knows if they even have a bed at this point, but I don't even know what my plan B is because I don't really have a backup right now. And my mother's in the hospital at least through the weekend, so we'll just have to reevaluate on Monday. And then besides looking for places, I got called from Holly Heights, which is where she was, where all this horror began, and they are pushing me to come get her stuff, which is the least of my worries right now or problems. It should not be a problem. They should just let me get there when I get there, but they're trying to push me to come get it ASAP. And I got into it with the social worker and finally heard from the director when I said to the social worker, why isn't he calling me himself? And when he did, he never even asked how my mother was. He just wants me to come get it. He did agree to let me keep it there through the weekend, so I'm going to try to get there tomorrow or Sunday, and hopefully I'll get my husband to go in case anybody tries anything. Don't know where I'm going to put it. Probably going to stay in the car. But in the meantime, I said, you don't even ask about my mother. And he said, he'd been checking on her at the hospital or something. And I'm like, what? Like, he shouldn't have the right to check on anything like that. I don't understand. I know he probably, the reason he says that is because he's probably just checking to see if she died, because he's probably going to try to see what he can do to cover everything up, because he knows that I am going to take legal action as soon as I have time to write this all up and get it all organized, which I do have lots of notes, but I just need time to organize it all. And then I am going to pursue this as far as I can go, because there should be consequences for what they have done. It's just not just for my mother, but it's for all of them. It's for every person in a facility that is treated this way, because it is so, so wrong. But anyways, so that's that. So, in the meantime, thankful to everyone who's reached out, everyone who's tried to help. I'm thinking of Mr. Rogers, look for the helpers a lot right now, and there are good people still out there. So thank you to everyone for your support so far. If you have any ideas, let me know. Oh, and I do think I have a new hospice in mind, so we'll see. Anyways, that's a lot. And so number 4, Etsy, I do have some sales that have come in this week, so I guess that's good. Just trying to find time to do them, along with managing my mother, which is kind of a full-time job too. Wish I was getting paid for it, but I'm not. Anyways, doing Etsy, doing some Icode stuff. They're having camps for spring break right now. Ukulele tonight. I'm hoping to go for an open mic night, maybe for an hour. The theme is flowers, so I would love to play my flower song, which I need to record for you guys and post. And then that's with the ukulele full, and not really time for much art. I've just been doing some coloring, black and white coloring on my iPad, which is kind of just therapeutic. And then just, of course, listen with prayer. If you could just say a prayer for my mother, that she can get better to the point where we can give her some quality of life, that there's quality of life left to have, and that she does not die on my birthday next Wednesday, which is my birthday, and that would be horrible. So please say a prayer for that things can also get better, and no suffering, of course. Also, please pray for my friends, Josh, Julie, Bobby, Rada, Tom Schwartz. He's in the hospital again. I know he's going to have surgery, and Rada for her health. And then Chris the Creative, I know she has health problems on Instagram, and Tracy on Instagram as well. And good news this week, though, Rabbi Katie got clear margins for her cancer, so that's amazing. So thankfully, prayer and medicine have worked for her, so that's great. And then let's just end with another prayer from Maria Shriver, Sunday Paper. Dear God, may we find the courage to raise our voices in a chorus of peace, trusting that our collective light can guide us through the uncertainty of this moment. Amen. And I know a lot of people are struggling out there. My heart is with you, goes out to you. And a lot of uncertainty for sure, but let's just continue to pray for peace for everyone. So if you're in need of prayer, let me know. Hope you have a good weekend, and Shabbat Shalom.